Hello and welcome to Suddenly Groove, your independent Groove Funnels podcast. In this really special episode, I will interview Kathy Waltz and we will talk about what it takes to promote Groove Funnels, to succeed with Groove Funnels. And we covered a lot of ground in this episode. Kathy, because of her experience with Groove Funnels, she was one of the hosts of the Grooveathon. You might have seen her in Mike Filsame's house, and she's a top Groove Funnels affiliate and helps a lot of Groovesters to build their affiliate programs and become successful with Groove Funnels. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let's get right into it. Hello, welcome to this free Groove Funnels training with Casey Waltz. Casey Waltz is somebody I've noticed all over the place with Groove Funnels in the Groove Funnel group. She has her own Groove Funnels group, and she will definitely have something to teach us about how to build a full-time income with Groove Funnels. So hello, Casey. Hey, great to have you here on the show.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here for you, Martin, and everybody watching.
Yeah, like I saw you in the Grooveathon, like the 40-day mega summit. It was almost like a summit there from Groove Funnels where you were presenting with engineers. So tell us a little bit, about your background? Like, how did you get started with Groove Funnels?
Well, it was very interesting because I come from an e-commerce background. So for the past decade, I've been doing, I had my own print-on-demand stores. I designed everything. And a couple of years ago, I was like, I need to expand my portfolio. I'm always looking for something else to add to what I'm doing. So I came into the funnel world a couple of years ago. I didn't even know funnels existed. I didn't know mentorship existed for what we do online. And I came in and I fell in love with what was going on. And then, I started growing my fan base and becoming the brand, right? So I became the brand, and I was working with another funnel builder, and I'm not tech savvy. So, I can figure it out if I sit and spend a lot of time on it. But I was noticing with the one I was with, I had to have, all these extra things just to make the software work towards the business.
So I guess you're referring to ClickFunnels in this case?
Yes. Yeah. So I didn't know. I didn't want to really say it. I don't want to call them. They've been very good to me. So I don't want to, it wasn't anything against them except for the fact that I had to have an autoresponder, and then I had to have the Zapier, and then I had to have all of these extra things, right? And because I'm not savvy, I was like really starting to get a little frustrated. And not only that, I have a degree in accounting. And I've done lots of startup businesses. So numbers are my thing. I like to save money. I like to be efficient and everything. And so my husband and I were looking for something different. And we came across an interview with Mike Filsame and Mike Long. And we were in our car. We were driving 6 hours to meet our new grandbaby. And he was watching this webinar with them, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, we have to do this because the affiliate thing on itself is good." And I'm like, "Well, what is it? What's it do?" And then he tells me, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I need to do this because all of the possibilities of everything that's going to be with it, the mail, the blog, the videos, all this stuff that's coming in with Groove." And I joined it for the software, because I wanted to be able to save money monthly, right? Because I had Shopify stores, I had Active Campaign, I had all of this, all this extra stuff, Calendly, all of it. And $297 a month just for my funnel builder, right? And whenever I was like, oh my gosh, I can do the one-time payment and I'm done. To me, I was like, sold. We signed up in the car. And then came the thing that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to tell everybody I'm saving all this money and here's what I have, And that's whenever the affiliate part blew up for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a typical story, especially like for GrooveFunnels. For me, it was a little bit different because I was already using Katra, which was Mike Filsame's Priya company, and there everything works. And now, he's building this new company where he's building it on a new technology platform. So of course, the development takes time. And sometimes right now, when I'm using GrooveFunnels, it's like, oh, I wish it was already there. But knowing Mike Filsame, I know this will come and this will be better in Katra. But for me right now, I decided to keep my main business on Katra because there everything just works. But especially in the pre-chat, we talked a little bit about that people, especially who are new to GrooveFunnels and new to online marketing, they overcomplicate things. And like, what was your experience with GrooveFunnels so far?
Well, I tell you, whenever I first signed into GrooveFunnels, I mean, it was still really new. It was in the end of May, beginning of June of 2020, whenever I logged in. And I had to get out of the mindset of the ClickFunnels mindset, right? Because I was used to building on there and I could throw something together pretty quick. Once I scratched that out of my mind and just started, I was able to build a landing page in, like 45 minutes, right? So I was able to do it really quick. And it was easy. You have to be patient because it is in beta mode right now. So there are some issues with, whatever bugs kind of pop up every once in a while, but they're really quick at fixing them. Whenever you report them, they're like lickety split. But just building a simple landing page, just so you can get comfortable, working inside the software is what really matters. I have a thing of, if you don't use the product, how can you promote the product, right? Because you need to know the product that you're promoting, right? So I'm just surprised a lot of people are trying to do this without even opening the software and trying to build it out. Just start playing with it. Whenever I started doing that, I got comfortable with it. I got more comfortable with it. And now, I can go in and whip something up pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I did in the beginning as well. For everything I do, I try to do, like, even if I'm not using GrooveFunnels for my main business, I always try to create like some kind of case studies to really say like, yeah, this is possible. So I know how the software works, what's possible, what's not possible. That's something. And I also realized, like, if I like, what I really like about GrooveFunnels is that it forces me to keep things simple, because the complicated stuff is not there yet. But if I keep it simple, I just ask myself, like, what's the most essential things that I need, which are typically like a landing page, and then connected to Groove Mail. Like if you're a pro member, like I think that's even like for free members as well. So just a landing page, is connecting it to email, and then if I have my own product, I can sell my own product with GrooveSell, and like the rest of the sales just happens with the connections that I built with my audience.
Right. Yeah. And I think if people think of it like building a house, you would build a normal size home before you build a mansion, right? So you don't go out there and try to build a mansion right immediately. You have to get the experience under your belt to be able to work up to that. So I think what this has done, and it's done it for me, is it's brought me back to the basics, so that way I could make sure that I understand the entire outline of what we're doing. And like you said, it makes you keep it simple at first, right? It makes you keep it simple. But this is not even to say that if you're advanced in this area, that you can't make an advanced looking funnel and a beautiful looking funnel right out of the bat, or landing page, whatever you want to call it for whatever business you're doing. The ability, though, for those that are just starting, it does keep it simple for you. But, if your skill set is higher and you want to design on Photoshop and throw it in there, you can do that.
Yeah, and actually, that's a great hack that I was just want to lay out. Like, if you want to design it really beautiful, like use a tool like an external tool like Canva, just transform the graphic into an image and put it on your site. That way, you like it looks good, and it's much simpler than trying to build something with with landing page builder. But Katie, like where do you see right now for somebody who's new to GrooveFunnels, to online marketing? Where do you see the big opportunities in? Maybe like they are still working in a full-time job to transition to a full-time income online.
Well, there's so many different opportunities with GrooveFunnels. You can do the affiliate program themselves, sell their stuff. You still need an audience to talk to. So if you are in your 9-to-5 job, yet you want to reach out to let's just say you have a passion for cooking and you want to, reach out to other people that are passionate about this, then maybe they want to write a cookbook or have recipes or whatever. Whoever your audience is, you can sell this product for any niche anywhere, but you need your audience that you're targeting. You can also, if you have your own passion and you want to build your own courses or do some online teaching of whatever it is, woodworking, pets, the sky's the limit with this. You can bring in your own products. You can sell other people's products. You can sell Groove products. If you know your audience, you know your passion, then you can do anything with Groove at all. I mean, from e-com to your own stuff to other people's stuff.
Okay, so where do you see the biggest challenges that somebody, like especially a beginner, faces when they're starting?
They don't know who they're talking to. It's not the software. It's not anything to do with Groove or any other software at that point. They don't know. They just I know I want to make money online because I don't want to have to be stuck going back to work. I don't want to work for somebody else. I want to do my own thing. So we usually start, and it's funny because I just had this conversation with someone because they're like, I want to make money online. Okay, what do you want to do? I don't know. Just as long as it makes money, I don't care. No, you can't do that. I mean, because if you talk to everybody, you talk to no one, right? So the biggest challenge that I see everybody that's starting out is they don't know what they want to do and who they want to target and talk to. But once you figure those out, then you'll be able to utilize the tools out there, such as GrooveFunnels, your active campaigns, your all that other stuff for your business. So you need to know what your business is before you even get started in stuff like Groove and all that other.
I think that's so important what you said here, because I like a lot of people do not know that offline business and online business are more or less the same, and everything that you see out there, like advertisements for software and for funnel building and stuff like this, like even when I go out right now, and I'm always amazed that like real businesses, they just have like this super simple websites, and they just need basically a website where people can find their telephone number to call them, and that's their whole funnel. And like everything above that is already like really advanced, and most people do not realize that that's still like how the majority of business gets done. So if we start with something like an office job that's not really related to something, like what's your tip to find like the first entry point into starting an online business?
First entry point is to really sit and ask yourself, what do you want to do? Where do you want to be, and where can you see yourself getting up to do in every day? Because as adults, we get stuck in this mindset of whatever we have to do to make money for our household bills, right? So we go through, I mean, even I was guilty of that. Whenever I was in my 20s, we started our own business and it did really well, but then we've seen a decline in the economy, so we got out of that. So then I asked myself, what do I want to do? Well, first of all, I didn't even say that. I said, what am I good at? I was good at numbers and bookkeeping and all that other stuff. So I decided to get a job in a corporate office doing taxes and accounting and all that other stuff while going to college to get my degree. So I went into survival mode, right? Because you go into survival mode. I got to do whatever I need to do to help feed my 2 kids and my husband and house and everything. That's the mode we go into as an adult. So we have to get out of that mindset of, okay, I'm in this mindset of, I'm just doing this job because I have to. It pays really good. I hate it, but it pays good. And now what do you want to do? What can you see yourself doing? What is that passion that is inside of you? When you start feeling that, and you really ask yourself that, and what can you do? You will do it after hours, right? You'll do it on the weekends. You will lose sleep because it's something you're passionate about. And when you do that, then you can grab this group funnels. You can grab group funnels and you could say, I am passionate about helping other people get out of their 9-to-5 jobs, right? We're in a survival mode. I want to get you out of that. What do you want to do? And then maybe you're helping them, guide them out of this realm, right? This role. Or maybe it's, you are a master craftsman, on the side, and that's what you're passionate about. So you want to bring that hobby into a business. Then you grab group funnels and then you build your landing pages, you build up your audience on social media, and then you just start telling people about it. Once you have to have that passion first, and you have to have that idea. And then you can grab, and group funnels is so great for this, because not only can you build it to build your business, but then you can sell the software to other people and have 2 businesses in one, right? And then you just keep adding to it.
And I think that's really great, because what I've seen, and this is my observation, there's basically like for people who want to succeed with GrooveFunnels, there's two ways. Like either you really build a passion business, where you build your own audience, which really takes some time, probably maybe even years, and the other one is to work directly with businesses who need the technology, who currently have this website that I talked about, where it's just a website which is pretty ugly. Maybe they had a friend do it where there's just the telephone number, so people can order the gardening service, or like whatever it is that you're offering. And like typically what I've seen is like the business to business world. There you make money faster, but the passion route is much more fulfilling. But both work, and you need to know the difference.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, you definitely need to know the difference. And not only that, I see a lot of people, they are like, well, I don't even know how to build a website or anything. Grab the free GrooveFunnels account and just start playing with it. And then whenever you're talking to these businesses, and it's surprising because some of these smaller businesses in local areas some of them don't even have a website or a landing page. Maybe they have a Facebook page, but they don't have any kind of call to action. So you can go and talk to them, build them their landing page with, a call to action on there. Now that Groove Mail's up and going, you can connect their Groove Mail for them, right? And then you can start, helping them out in that arena. And then you're signing them up for GrooveFunnels because they're going to have their own account anyways, right? Yeah. So you can go off of just building them the landing page, offering them the software, and teaching them how to put it on their Facebook page or their build, kind of market it somehow, on up to doing their full social media, build out, depending on how comfortable you are with doing that. The need is everywhere. It's not only online, but it's local as well. And I've seen that so much. I mean, I have so many local people reach out to me and go, how are you getting so many leads to what you're doing? And I'm like, this is it, GrooveFunnels. I use GrooveFunnels. I build a landing page. I talk about it on social media. They go through my funnel and they're calling me, they're emailing me, or, whatever the case may be for whatever I'm marketing at that time.
I love what you just said there, because that's literally a strategy how you can get started, like completely for free. You build your expertise. Let's say like you pick a local company in your area that has a website, but it's pretty ugly. Then you build them a website on GrooveFunnels, make it just a little bit better, like with free stock photos or something like this. Mm-hmm. And then you say like, hey, I've built this free website. Would you like to have it for your business? And then you can say like, hey, you can buy this and I will just give you the login information, like, and you can buy it for $200, or you buy the full package and that costs like $1,400. And I basically just get the affiliate commission, and the website is free forever. And it has all these capabilities. And that's how you made your first, like roughly $600 without spending anything. And
it just costs you a little bit of time, because you're doing the research on the business, and then you're building that little page out, and then you're contacting them. Who doesn't want a free page that can convert a lot better because it looks a little bit better? Yeah. Right? And then whenever you say, hey, if you want to add a calendar link, or you want to add, stuff so that way they can get like a free F on what you do, and then you can just talk to them, tell them what GrooveFunnels Platinum will do for them versus, whatever. But I know as a business person, with all the capabilities that the Platinum has versus just the free version, and you say, okay, here, for $300, you can have this, or for $1,400, you can have all of this.
Yeah. Exactly. So I think that's such a great business model, because it's really about the profit first model, especially for people who do not have money, who do not want to spend money, because like typically it's just like putting in the time and effort. So that leads me to my next question: is there any mistake that you see that especially newbies, new beginners in online marketing make, that cost them a lot of time and wasted effort that is not necessary?
Yeah. A lot of them are in think and learn mode for years and years and years. So they're constantly buying the next thing and course, and courses that they don't even need because they haven't even started the beginning course, right? I mean, like they're skipping ahead and they're thinking, okay, but if I can know the entire thing, then I can build something. A lot of it's procrastination because they overcomplicate what's going on. And I think that's due to not having a direction. So if they don't start with the direction, you're going to be all over the place. So I see that all the time. Secondly, you don't have to know all the answers ever. You don't have to know all the answers ever. Because if you start building and you have an issue, the nice thing about the Groove community is they're pretty quick at answering. So you can post your question inside the group. Somebody's going to have that answer for you. And some of them will even make a Loom video to show you how to do what's going on. So overthinking, overcomplicating, and being in the learning mode consistently without the executing is the top three that I see all the time.
Are there any other softwares beside GrooveFunnels that people need, or something like that?
Listen, I use Chrome extensions out the yin yang. I have so many Chrome extensions that a developer of a Chrome extension was laughing at me because I have an extension for this, an extension to that, depending on what you're going to do. So like for social media, because I'm so highly active on Facebook, I get 60 to 100 friend requests a day. So I have a social media or a Chrome extension to help me with the friend requests, kind of go through them.
So you're talking about something like Friend or Foe? Or
Friend or Foe. I use Friend or Foe. I use Groups Pro for my group, so that way I can capture emails for people that are coming into my group, because whenever I started doing this, I already had my social media started, right? I've already was in it for 18 months, maybe a year and a half or so. So I had like the friends built up and I had a following started, just for hard work of just dropping knowledge in and helping people, asking nothing in return. And then, so now people are finding me. They're wanting to find me. They want to follow me. They want to get in my free group. That's just another opportunity whenever you know your audience and you have the group to capture their email. So I use Groups Pro to capture emails. So that way I can continue to market to them, because some of them may have free, some may not have group funnels. So whenever I start talking about it and teaching and doing whatever, maybe they'll click on my link, right? So that's another way. Organic traffic is what I use first. I always tell everybody, try organic first, because organic allows you to get your messaging correct before you start paying for ads and whatever. Because if your message is all over the place and you're not making any sense to one particular niche, then you're wasting your money. I'd rather you waste your time versus your money.
Yeah,
right?
Because this is something that I've learned as well, and I've also been part of like startup courses from I do not know, like the most famous Y Combinator or something like this, and people do not realize that even big companies like Airbnb started this way. They were messaging people on Craigslist individually in the beginning to really get the process right. So this is not just something that we do. That's even like the companies that are now like huge unicorn companies. That's how they started as well, and that's why. And then we can use like Chrome extensions, like you mentioned.
I didn't come out of the gate needing those, right? Yeah. I had to build that up and build up my authority to where people then just start flocking to my page and following me and asking. So you're right. And I always look at, I don't know if you guys do this too, but whenever I'm watching commercials or something like that, I look at it in a marketing standpoint. And it's almost a curse sometimes because I can't enjoy it, because I'm just like, oh, I like how they are talking. But if you look at even Coke and Pepsi and all the big Doritos, they have their audience. They know who they're talking to. It's amazing how whenever we bring a business online, people forget that the messaging and the audience really matters. But I think it's because the World Wide Web is worldwide, and products like group funnels will work for anybody, right? We already know that. It'll work for anybody doing but you can sell unicorns on, group funnels. So I think whenever people are missing out, what they're missing out on is the messaging, because they're missing out on picking that audience and that niche. Even if you are an affiliate marketer, you still have to have a niche.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important, as you mentioned, to really talk to people, because then you will really start to understand what people need and what they're willing to pay for. And then you will hear all the objections and because it's so easy. If we see somebody like Russell Brunson who says who talks about funnels and scaling and paid advertisements and all of these things. But there's a stage before that's something you must not skip, because then that's where you really learn that it's not just putting a website out there and people will buy automatically. That just does not happen.
Yeah, I think one thing that whenever throughout this course, because e-commerce was the thing I did a lot of, and whenever I started the print-on-demand business, I didn't have an audience. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just looking to see what I could print on. And then I would throw a design on it and throw it up there and think, okay, I got stuff out there, so it's going to sell. That's, whatever. I didn't have an audience. I didn't have a niche I was going after. And it wasn't until I figured out who I wanted to target and how I wanted to bring across my products that I was able to make those sales. So I went from printing on anything and everything, narrowed down to 10 products to a certain group of people. And whenever I did that, I was able to go, multi 6 figures and become a bestseller on Etsy for a product. And But that was because I narrowed it down. My products would work for anybody, but I still narrowed it down to talk to just a certain group.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Whenever you're doing any business online, you have to have a group of people you're talking to. Now, that's not to say that whenever you're talking to people originally with group funnels, let's just say I want to talk to new startups. You're a startup in network marketing. You're in a new company, and you need to know how to market your product. So if I'm talking to these people this month, and my products are going that way, then my messaging is going that way. But maybe next year I want to get some kidpreneurs in, right? I just want to get some kid entrepreneurs in. I'm going to shift that messaging.
Yeah. And
it's still the same product, but I'm shifting the messaging because I've already nailed down the network marketer. So I want to expand, right? You can't do it all at once. You have to shift it down and market to a certain group and then add the groups.
Exactly. And if you're watching this and you pay attention, like you notice that I've built this free training series just about GrooveFunnels because I want to launch my course on how to make a full-time income with GrooveFunnels. Like I have a course coming up that I will launch to the GrooveFunnels community, but later I might call it like how to make a full-time income by promoting free software or something for people who have never heard about GrooveFunnels. But right now it just resonates so much more with you because you're already signed up for GrooveFunnels. You want to know how to make money with it, and that's why I'm interviewing experts like Katie here. And it's just like in the beginning, you really have to niche down. And I'm also like all over the place, just like you. I'm talking to people and I'm inviting people personally to the training so they have a chance to see it of what I'm doing, what I have to offer. But that came after I just promoted GrooveFunnels and as a product. So first I started with an affiliate product with an offer that was already great before I even considered building my own product.
Yeah, and that's great because like you just said, if you said how to make money with a software versus in going into the Groove Digital Presents versus saying how to make money with GrooveFunnels, I mean, just the title alone will make the big difference, right? So people need to see that and not overthink it either, right? Don't overthink it. If you're talking to real estate agents, make sure, are you a real estate agent? And then, I can do this for you. Or, are you a kidpreneur and you want to scale to the next level? You're calling out your people. So call out your people in your messaging. Now, and like I said before, whenever you start in GrooveFunnels and you start, because I have so many people, I have over 1,000 people in my group right now. And a lot of them are like, I don't even know where to begin. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to do? Who do you want to talk to? And they're like, I don't know. Then, I mean, that's a real big push for them. And it's a big push for everybody that's watching. If you don't know who you're talking to, then you're talking to no one.
Exactly.
So
and it's absolutely not about the funnel because I just to prepare for this interview, I checked out your Facebook profile and there I found a link to the course that you're currently building, and it just has basically GrooveSell set up with a way to pay you. And I think you're doing right now, all the promotion is done one-on-one by talking to real people, and then you just need to send them to basically some kind of way to give you money, and that's what you built in GrooveFunnels, and the rest is done in a personal conversation, right?
Absolutely. 100%. Even though it's online, there's a lot of people you're not going to talk to, but there's some people that are going to want to have that conversation just as if we're talking right now. I jump on a ton of Zoom calls and I talk about how things can work for them. I find out who they are, what their problems are, and how can I help them. And if I legit can't help them, I won't help them. I don't try to help them. The nice thing is with the GrooveFunnels software, it's going to help. It's going to help any business whatsoever. I've not had anybody say, no, I don't want to save money, or no, I don't want to have all those leads, right? So the stuff that I've been working on and that you see on my profile, I've been shut down in Messenger because I'm working so much through Messenger, and then I have to send, a link over so they can see a little bit more. I've been put on mute for 24 hours because so many conversations flood from that. Right. So I'm teaching how to bring it off of Facebook into stuff like Zoom and, Calendly, get through those links through there. And then soon group calendar will come out and I can use that. Right. But I'm teaching people how to do that so they're not stuck onto one platform. They don't get muted. And then, you're able to have those conversations because people need to know that you're going to be there, right? They need to know, if I have a problem because I don't understand this, are you going to be there? And you need to be there. And if you don't know the answer, find it.
Exactly. And that's what I did, especially like when I was just starting out, like hitting people up on Facebook. And then as you get more experience, you can switch more to getting one-to-many kind of communication, just like we're doing with this recording of the interview, where I can just send one email to 2,000 people who see the email and still build a connection with me. But I still answer every email that I get personally. I answer every message that I get on Facebook to some degree, and even if it's just saying check out David Lemon's videos on YouTube or something, right. Or just ask this question in the GrooveFunnels main group, because there's somebody who really will know what to do. And as you said, they're oftentimes super helpful, like even recording Loom videos or giving you the exact answer that you're looking for. But this is something that you only come to this point when you put in the action and until you hit a roadblock, and then you reach out to somebody with a concrete question, which is better than how do I make money online, or do I use free or paid ads, which is one of the most common questions that I get when I post my results. Is like, hey, have you used free method or paid method? And it's always I've used free method, but if I would have use paid method, it's probably not for you, because you need really experience, because this field is really competitive, risky, and expensive.
Yeah, it can be. And the whole thing is content. Create content, because stuff that you create, it stays out there. Start tagging it. Go on YouTube, go on Facebook, go on Instagram, go on Pinterest, stuff like that. Content is what's going to get you. So if you're building this content out, it's staying in there, and it's getting age, and you're constantly there, you're going to start showing up in algorithms, right? So it's amazing how many sales I make from videos, 4 months ago. They'll watch something from 4 months ago, but I'm constantly dropping new stuff. And I'm constantly in the group offering help, I'll answer questions, or I will be one of those that'll drop a Loom video, or something. And I answer questions on my Messenger, which is a hot mess right now because I have so many in there. But being consistent and being where your audience is the key. And whenever you master your messaging and who you're wanting to talk to, then you can move into the paid ads. Then because you can go in and do your keyword research and everything, and then you can start going that way. I always say, make your first sale organically. Whenever you're able to do that, then your messaging is getting there.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And probably 2 sales. So you're sure the first one was just not pure luck. But definitely get your first sales organically, because that's when you really know that you understand your audience. Katie, is there any particular story or case study or example you'd like to share that really sums up what we've been talking about so far?
Yeah, how I made $7,000 my first week promoting this, and I already had an audience. So I had one started because I have been in this making me the front runner in the brand of what I'm doing. So I've had a little over a year's worth of network marketers and internet marketers on my Facebook page. All I did was talk about the software. I was like, I'm saving money with this. I am doing this with group funnels. I'm, and then I showed what I was doing, right? And I just dropped that post, 3 posts, and made $4,000 in 4 days. I mean, that's amazing. I was like, whoa, I need to be really, I wasn't even looking at it at the affiliate side. But if you just start talking about the software, actually use the software, right? Then people are going to start noticing, right? Then post your wins. Many people get upset whenever they see dollar amounts. They say that's bragging or whatever. It kind of is bragging, but it's bragging in a good way because you put in the time and the effort, and people are starting to believe and love what you're doing. They're going to follow suit. It took someone 3 months to sign up. Keep that in mind. Someone I knew for 2 years, it took them 3 months of seeing me consistently talk about group funnels, what it does for me and my business, and how it can help other people in their business before they signed up.
Yeah.
3 months of consistent talking about it. I'm not saying, spam your Facebook or spam their feeds or, any of that. Just literally, really genuinely talk about it. And once you consistently do that, people are going to start paying attention. Then they're going to get into your private messages and they're going to be like, because think about this. They may not be commenting. They may not be liking or reacting to your post, but they're watching. These people never commented or anything on my post. And then all of a sudden I get a message from them. So people are seeing, people are watching always.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. And it reflects my experience as well. Is there anything I haven't asked you about, like generating a full-time income, that you would like to share?
It can be done with a job. I did it with a job and 2 small kids and going to college. So I had all of that on my plate 10 years ago. It can be done. So do not feel like if you work 70 hours a week and you have kids that have activities and all that stuff, that it can't be done. You need to make sure you have a game plan. Treat it like a real business. That's the thing. Treat it like a real business. Okay, I want to help moms with organize their time better. And I have this super big, sheet that I use and it works for me. And I want to be able to share that with everybody. If that's you, that's just a whatever. You have your audience. See, so you already know what you want to do. You have your audience. Now you got to get in there and you got to start talking about it. And then you need to be like, okay, group funnels. I can build this and then I can have the PDF download. So that way, if they buy it for $7, it automatically delivers it, right? So have your game plan going. And it may take a little longer to get there, but if you're consistent with it, you will be able to shift out of that 9 to 5 and be able to put your hobby, put your passion, or whatever you want into a full-time business online.
I really love what you said there. And I think, like, especially if you still have a job, like, do not rush into it. Like, let's take your example, like with the PDF, like share your PDF and then look for different angles, how you can share, create stories around this. And then really try to over deliver, right? Really try to, try to build a connection with your first few dozen people where you just help them try to get positive feedback. And then, of course, capture the positive feedback that you get on Facebook, ask them for permission to share this. And then you put that below the lead magnet. And that's how you start to build your first product, because in the beginning, it's really not about the money, because you will not get rich from a couple of people buying a PDF. It's really about the feedback that you're getting, and then discovering the pain points and then turning that into some kind of business later on.
Yeah, just listen to your people. They're going to tell you what they want. I have somebody that does pet stuff, and they're like, I don't know what product I can put out there that's not, a tangible. And I'm like, okay, well, go into these groups that they're in, these pet owners, find out what their issues are. And off of that, they were able to go in and make a little PDF on how to train their puppy, I think in the cage or something. And then that's what they gave away as the free. And then they upsold it to like some calming treats or something like that. So they got them into their mailing list by offering a free PDF on how to crate train their puppy, and then, upsell to an actual product that they had in an e-commerce store. That's building your list so you can retarget them. It's super easy. You can go to plr.me and find some really good PLR products that you can use as PDF downloads for almost any industry. So you don't even have to do that. If you already know what they want and you don't want to create it, go to plr.me and you'll be able to find something there. And that could be your free, just to get them on the list. Be creative. Don't overthink it. And just put it out there and just start talking to them.
Yeah, I love your advice, and you're really, it's really important that it does not have to be complicated. It can just be like, you can even have use Google Docs, put some sentences there, because somebody who have a problem, they do not care if it's super fancy design or something. No. They just want to get an immediate solution to their problem. So
that's all it is. And they honestly, whenever you say they don't care about the look of it, they really don't care about the look of it, because they have a problem they need answered. They think you have the answer. So if you have the answer and it's just 5 sentences on a page and that solves it, you can guarantee they're going to leave you a feedback that says, finally, right?
And really think about this. Like if you're thinking like a 100-page ebook is more valuable than a one-page PDF cheat sheet. Like, would you rather read a book? Like if we go to extreme, that makes it even simpler. Would you rather read a book of 10,000 pages, or would you rather have the information right now there to solve your problem? Because more content is not more valuable.
Right. It's the value inside of that content. So if you can say it, no one wants to read hardly anymore. So whenever you are dropping that PDF, it needs to be, under 10 pages. It needs to be big print, because people they want that quick answer, right? Yeah. And if you don't want to do a PDF, make it a video, right? You can make it a video so they can just watch the video with your answers and put the little PDF underneath. Whatever you want to do, just don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to. I always tell people, when you're starting a business, you don't need a logo. You don't need all that fancy stuff. Just get started, right? Yeah. I didn't even have anything for my .com or anything. I just threw up my picture with stuff, right? And it was ugly, but it got done so that way people had a place to go. That's the same thing here. Just with group funnels, you just make it easy, talk to your people, and just put it out there, start talking. And then whenever you start getting that traffic and you have that extra time, then go back and make it pretty if you want.
Yeah. And one thing that I would like to add before we end this interview is people will really feel about if you care, that's something that they feel even what it's the English saying for it, in between the lines or something, they will feel it if you care, if you really want to help them. And that's when this reciprocity takes care of everything else, because you really just want to have them on your email list, and then you just want to send them things that you really believe are valuable to them and have them to solve their problem and create a better life and getting rid of pain, like doing that, and then you figure out like over time what's the products out that are out there to help them. It can be GrooveFunnels, but it can be something completely unrelated. And even if you're not making money, as long as you're helping people, like this mindset will people will appreciate this mindset. And this is what happened to me like during the last year, and I think it's happening to you as well if you're just out there helping people without caring if they signed up with your affiliate link or with somebody else's link. It's like everybody is just so helpful, and the people who do this consistently are the people who really stand out.
Right. Not only that, whenever you start helping people without asking for things in return, it turns and comes back to you tenfold, right? Yeah. So, I worked for free whenever I was pulling from my e-com to add to it. I worked for free for almost a whole year. And, I had my e-com on the side, and I was, so I had income coming in. So that would be your job, right? So if you're in a 9-to-5 right now, that would be your job. But help people for free and get known for being the helper, because then soon you'll be able to take those people and then you'll be able to have an offer later, right? So you're not going to come out of the gates a millionaire. No. You're just not. And if you're expecting that to happen, you're in the wrong line of work, right? Because it takes work. Online stuff takes work because we don't have that, brick and mortar, and they're in our face. They're not in our face. They don't walk into our store, right? They walk into our online store or our online group, So building that know, like, trust factor takes a little longer because you're not physically in their face, right?
And online has just one major advantage because the cost is so much lower compared to a brick and mortar store.
I've had brick and mortars. I've had 3 brick and mortars. And the online thing is so much better. Not only that, I can roll out of bed and, have my coffee and then come in here and work. I don't have to leave to go to work, right? I absolutely love that. But you have to treat it like you are getting up and going to work, and treat this like you would your job. But once you do that, and once you start helping people, and once you start getting in that groove of not expecting anything in return, it's going to start coming back in return out of nowhere.
And personally, I love this message. Like I take screenshots when I get really positive feedback, and sometimes it's just fulfilling to just look at these screenshots again, because you're making a difference. Like this is like once you get to this point, everything becomes so much easier, because it's not just about the money. The money will follow, and it's really about this abundance mindset. And this is something that I know personally. Mike feels same is like he's living this, and that's why he's so successful. And most of the people, and especially in this new enthusiastic groove group, they really breathe this spirit, and this translates to everything. And that's why currently it's such a great place to be.
Passion before profits. That's the way I see it all the time. Be passionate and help people, and then the profits will come to you. Can you remember? I remember my first dollar online. I remember my first feedback online. I remember all of that, because I'm hitting my passion. I'm helping others. So that's a feeling you'll never forget, right? And if you do forget, then you need to go back and read it and see it, because that's what keeps us going is the effects that we're having across the globe. I mean, you're across overseas, right? And here I am in central US, and here we are chatting, and because that's what can happen online, right? You can affect people all over the world and help people all over the world. So if you do it out of passion to help them, the profits are going to come later. Okay. They'll come.
Awesome, Kathy. And if people want your help and want to connect with you, what's the best place to find out more about what you do and where to find you?
I'm on Facebook as Kathy Walls, and then I have the Groove Nation that's in here, and then kathylwalls.com. I'm building out that landing page as we speak, and it just tells a little bit more about me.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for this fantastic interview. We covered so much ground, and I think people will learn a lot from this.
I hope so. You're doing great work, Martin.
Thank you.